what else is possible. And let me see if I can work this. Hello, everybody. We are live on my Facebook, and now I'm pretty sure we are live on Instagram as well. I'm pretty sure. Buonasera, Marco. Or buonas noches. I always get it wrong.
I love that. To speak Italian, you have to have an hands up, like doing
Amore.
this. Yeah.
Amore.
Buonasera, Rachel. Or Rachele. Your
Oh,
name in Italian will be Rachele.
Rachele. So I asked you to come on and have a conversation with me. I'm creating these conversations about relationship, everything that you're not supposed to talk about.
Thank
Everything.
you. Totally. Thank you so much.
So actually, you've started our conversation with thank you so much. So I've known you for quite a few years now, I would say. And when I met you, we immediately clicked. There was just this like, hi, you know? And you're one of the people that has changed my relationship with myself through my engagement with you. Okay. And if you're on her, you're like, what is she talking about? What I'm saying is, we're talking about relationship done different and the impact that other people have, their behaviors, their words on your relationship with yourself. Now, we have a tool in relationship done different, which is what are you unwilling to receive or what are you willing to receive? It like this tool is so deep, it's hardcore. And so one of the energies that I wasn't familiar with was people saying what you just said. Thank you for talking about everything that you're not supposed to talk about. What I was familiar with is people saying, what are you talking about this? Don't talk about this, you know? And so I was very familiar with a lot of control, a lot of limitation, and a lot of control, limitation, anger, separation. And then I met you, and you would say, you're such a gift, Rachel. And because I'm Irish, I would be like,
Take notes. Never say you're such a gift to an Irish person, unless you want to make it uncomfortable.
exactly.
Learning stuff. It's amazing. Cool.
And so over time, you being willing to actually genuinely be grateful for me and always willing to, I wouldn't see that I was a gift because this is just what I do or whatever, you know, dismissal, or I wasn't receiving what I was creating. And every time that I've talked with you, had you, I'm so grateful for you, Marco. And so, yeah, I mean, me knowing you has had a massive impact in the way that I actually receive myself.
And I'm so happy about this.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes we see people for who they are, and we see them what they're choosing, and they keep choosing, and they inspire us naturally. They show us that it's possible. And when
Mm.
you see someone, I think we always see, or we also see a possibility for us because we're so much connected with other people that we want it or we don't want it. And so sometimes that gratitude goes exactly to who they be, what they're choosing. And doesn't mean they're perfect, but keep choosing and choosing and creating something that we like to see in the world. And clearly it can be highly uncomfortable, be so much direct as I am with you, and also willing to also, like in Italian we say, put the dots on the I, like the I comes with a dot, so you
Yeah.
really get really specific and make you more uncomfortable and being like, why, wow, I'm really admiring you doing this. For me, there was a great choice, the one you made that, and it's fantastic as you choose that, do that. And this come really from like from the wow, from the capacity of seeing someone that's going for it
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
receiving, and also receiving like being inspired by everything you create, and I'm being like, wow, this is possible, you know.
Can we go back to something that you said is you don't have to be perfect to inspire me? And so one of the traps that I see people fall into, I would even say it's a prison, is Rachel has to be perfect or Marco has to be perfect, or else you're not perfect, you're dismissed, or you're denied, and it's perfection always stems from judgment. This is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. When Marco said you don't have to be perfect, he's willing to receive that I can be an asshole. He's willing to receive that I can say stupid shit. He's willing to receive.
Irish. And say by an Italian, well, we know what we're talking about.
You're so funny. And so he doesn't have this expectation, what do I expect of this other person, that I'm going to be perfect, and for me, that actually allows me to be relaxed. Whew, that I don't have to like put on a performance and pretend I'm so perfect. And I would say that it's one of the big traps that really stick people in relationship and stop them receiving, is that I'm not perfect, you're not perfect. I can be silly. I'm pretty great at, if I say stupid shit, I own it. You know what I mean? And so and so this is where we don't have like this perfection point of view in place so that we can disregard each other. It's perfection isn't relevant in what we're looking to have and create.
Which also, and thank you for like showing this, which also perfection is an idea. It's
Yeah.
not a reality. And as idea, perfection is also an insanity. Like looking for perfection is running for an ideal that never actually come true because it's not real. And how many,
Boom.
like how that actually create a lot of fantasies, because then you have to find the good one, the perfect one, and the
Perfect
perfect one
ideal.
have to be made into a fantasy, so it doesn't exist, or if it does exist, is delusional to you because it doesn't match the perfection you're looking for.
And I'm so grateful that you said it's a fantasy. I see a lot of people, they have this fantasy of what relationship should be like, and they entertain the fantasy.
I was one.
I was one too. Instead of, so I wonder, could we talk about the difference between fantasy, oh, my perfect man will come, or my perfect whatever will come, and 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 we know what that creates. And so the difference between coming away from this fantasy and coming away from this fantasy and really getting present with what I would like to create.
Well, personally, in my relationship, what I notice is that I've been using fantasies in order to stop my awareness.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's
We
all
all.
of my awareness. I was aware of something, and I could color it, or like put something different on, like as a fantasy of like, okay, let's not watch this. This must be something else. Doesn't have to be what I'm thinking, and I'm sorry to think it might be this because it might be offensive if I think so. And she's so amazing, and she's so beautiful.
Wow, you're crumbling utopian ideals here, and the thing about it is you've got to be willing to see the mean. You've got to be willing to receive the mean, the ugly, the good, the bad, the beautiful, like all aspects of it. And then you actually have choice. And I know I had a coping mechanism in relationship that people were so abusive that I created this Pollyanna syndrome. If you haven't seen the movie Pollyanna, it's a beautiful movie where I would be like, everybody's lovely. Boof.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, everybody is great. Boof. And so I suppose for me, that coming away from that fantasy and that utopian ideal um, was something that it was challenging to my points of views about fantasy. And but the thing about this is you never get to actually have, you don't ever have communion or conversations or vulnerability is the willingness to be with the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, when you're actually choosing this fantasy and not receiving everything, you know?
For myself, I could see that actually I was the first person I was doing it with.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was doing fantasy
Mm.
about myself about how I should be in a relationship. And I didn't have the willingness to receive all about me. So
Mm.
I did not
Yes.
receive myself being the asshole, the bad, the things in relationships, especially because I grown up with this idea of like providing and being present and be all these beautiful things for women, and that's actually the not allowance of really looking at everything and also looking at what that creates.
Yeah. 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 Like there's so much projection and expectation on you, on what you have to provide, you know. And for me, I had this fantasy too. I can become this like perfect wife, perfect mother, perfect. And I was like, ah, I was dying in that. Like it's like I was like a Barbie doll, you know, instead of actually enjoying.
And
And
that's a highly unkind for ourselves and to
yeah,
ourselves. And it's a
yeah.
massive, and it's a subtle, actually not a massive, but it's a subtle gaslighting that we do to ourselves
Mm,
to
yeah.
match with something, with an invention, actually, with the structure of this society, with the structure of this reality. And last night I had the pleasure to watch a movie called Lonely Planet. My friend invited me to watch it and say, there is a beautiful man there where he is surrounded by women and no one is kind with him. And I was like, Oli, oh no, I don't want to watch that. And she's like, what if I run your bars while we watch it?
Oh,
Like,
that's
bars.
gorgeous.
And I'm like, okay, then I think there must be something there, especially if I don't want to watch it.
Totally. If you don't want, and so one of the things with you, Marco, is you are actually an extreme kind man. And what I mean by that is you have a level of gifting in your world. And so one of the things with me is I find when you're kind and it's not received, you do some weird stuff with that, you know, and you shut it away someplace where you don't want to look at like the effective relationship. And one of the things about this is when you're willing to come out of all these fantasies and really not have any projection on yourself and expectation of yourself, like the things that I found out that was true about me. I mean, I'm still like genuinely surprised at like how much space I enjoy. When someone's trying to control me, how I don't want to go anywhere near them, you know. If there's judgment, it doesn't turn me on, it doesn't turn my body on, you know. How much I adore playing and engaging and the sweetness of kind words, you know. And so I'm truly getting to know like what is relationship for me. And I guess that's taken quite a while, and I'm so grateful that I can gift myself this in this lifetime, you know?
Absolutely. And also, as soon you choose for yourself this, you're choosing also to gift it to other people. Because you be something that they might never encounter before. And
Mm.
it's not things where you're going to be another inspiration. You can be also someone that like make people highly upset or highly
Yeah,
uncomfortable for
yeah,
what you're choosing.
yeah.
And,
When you don't fit in with their judgments.
and that could also be a gift.
Yeah,
It can also
yeah,
be a possibility that you show that is different.
absolutely. Absolutely. And so thank you so much for saying this. And so with relationship done different, guys, this is a movement into creating something that allows you to actually, I'm going to say, like, receive energies of peace with being you, that you don't have to give up yourself to, you don't have to go to a relationship going, what do I have to give? What do I have to do? That you can go, hang on a second, I'm willing to be a gift for this person. And I'm also willing to receive all aspects of them, not like, oh, you're out if you didn't tick my tick, 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 you know? And it requires a lot of vulnerability and a lot of gratitude. Yeah. And it makes living so much more fun,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, because it's really pull you out from this structure of something means something else, and
Yeah.
you don't have to measure things anymore.
There you go. You don't have to measure things anymore.
And you start to be grateful for yourself first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which it's amazing. It's a big change. I'm still on the way, totally, and I'm so much more entertained about myself, my choices, and what I'm actually creating. And these things about creation, like something of you, Rachel, that I always look and I'm like, wow, the amount of creation you're willing to be in the world. And in the world, and not just like in access consciousness or what I do, but in the world, like how many places you're willing to touch, how many people you're willing to talk to. Like you're this kind of like little twister, little like Tasmania Evil of the Warner Bros, the Tiny Toons, uh, of consciousness, a possibility and fun, and you just like going around and like keep creating that, just like being this little chaotic, lovely presence of possibility and classes. Yeah, exactly, and that's creation. So I think relationship done different. I would suggest this class, and I would suggest it with you especially, because when you start to create, you have to engage and include yourself in a way that is different.
I actually, what you're saying is so big. And if you're listening to this and you're not getting it, please don't be concerned about it because it's quite an advanced concept. If I don't receive me and the difference of me, then I cannot be me in the world, essentially. And I cannot produce what I'm capable of creating. You know, just like a tree with its apples, the flowers, the earth with tulips, with the seeds. If I'm not willing to actually receive me, then I can't perceive what I'm capable of because I'm continuously looking at myself through the bases. I'm basing myself on the form, the structure, the laws of this reality instead of being like, well, what would I like to have? And it's you said you're still working on being grateful for yourself. That's one of the elements of intimacy, gratitude, allowance, trust, vulnerability, and what did I miss?
Honor.
Honor, hold in regard, not judging someone. And that's how come I'm so grateful for you, because you always honor. So this gratitude, we're not saying that we're there 100%. But we have it. We do have it, you know, and we absolutely have it with each other. And if you're looking for something different, you know, we're Irish Italian, so we're very used to a fight in relationship, you know, fight for the rightness, and you have to get my point of view, and blah, 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 and control, you know, very Irish and Italian. If you're done with like fighting and controlling, and what else, Marco? Separation.
Yeah, separation, exclusion, righteousness.
Nice. Separation, exclusion.
Drama. Like your life can your relationship can look can be so many different genre of films instead of just a drama. It
Even
can
if
be
you're Irish and Italian.
an adventure movie, it can be a Pixar film, it can be a science fiction, it can be like a thriller, it can be doesn't have to be conflict, drama, and intensity all the time.
No, it
And
can.
also you can still have them and enjoy it.
Exactly. I'm being a drama queen now. Okay, enjoy, have fun, where everything is included. We invite you to check out Relationship Done Different. And I'm sometimes I'm like, how did I get so lucky to have these conversations where I can say in public, I'm not perfect.
Mm.
I'm like, there's good, there's bad, there's ugly, there's beauty, there's all of it. Here I am, and I'm willing to actually like me no matter what. Isn't it just phenomenal that you can actually get to like yourself?
It is because not many people really invite us to.
No,
And
no.
the invitation for me to relationship done different, and invitation also for you watching this is relationship done different is not something solid, structured, or defined or finalized already. You can bring your conversation, you can bring your conflict, you can bring the good, the bad, and the weird, and there
Mm,
will be always something for you and
mm,
something to invite you to that you didn't consider yet. Relationship and difference is really a place of possibilities and creation. And that's why I'm so glad that, Rachel, you're going around the world inviting people to more into this. Because there are also people, can they do this class from perfection and they kind of show you what's right, the right receiving for you, the right relationship for you. And that's, sorry if I speak French, but it's boring as F. A lot more fun when we are
oh,
ourselves,
it's so
and we
dull.
all we are,
Yeah.
with the person that can receive it. And if not, that person and another person and group of people and ourselves only and whatever. And thank you so much for being this possibility. We're going way over time. It's always happening when the
Always.
two of us talk.
I told Marco 15 minutes and then we start talking and it's like, look, we can talk. That's the wonderful thing about us. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for being in my life. And if you're looking for something different beyond drama, check out Relationship Done Different. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
With Rachel O'Brien.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. We hope this contributed to you, this conversation. He always contributes to me. We hope this contributes to you. Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Hang on, end stream.
Right.